Good evening, race fans. Welcome to Port Royal Speedway for week number 1 by Get Upside. It's the free app where it gives you cash back on gas. Here we are at Port Royal for week number 1 of Miller Time Motorsports, and we've upped the ante with the 360 Outlaw Series. Tonight's race officials are Chris Miller at Race Control, Steve Miller also at Race Control, and Byron Gay is at the replay booth. And I've got your call tonight. I'm Ryan Griffith, and I've also got Byron Gay as our pit reporter, as we all got hot laps out there on the track right now, as we'll take a look at that. These hot lap sessions are underway. Some of these rookies are seeing their first time in the seat here at the Outlaw Series. So see how well they stack up with some of the veterans of the series. Thank you for watching over there on YouTube. Also, if you have not checked us out over there on Facebook, make sure you go over there and hit the like button, the follow button, and also the share button, as you'll get a lot of live information over there on Facebook. And then, as we mentioned, if you are already over there on the YouTube channel, make sure that you've hit the subscribe button so that you know when we go live each and every week. As right now we are trying to conclude up the hot lap sessions, and after we get done with hot lap sessions, well, we'll be ready for your qualifying. That will be what will be up next. One driver at a time will be out onto the speedway, as the lucky number pill draw number 1 was Ryan Avelia. He is a rookie, and so Ryan in that 49 machine, he'll be the first car out there tonight. Jeff Flaro will be the second car. Larry Bell will be third. Fourth will be Ty Shobilak. And in that number 5 spot, Ross Kaiser in the 4 machine. Those will be your first 5 cars that'll hit the track here in qualifying around Port Royal Speedway, the Speed Palace, as they like to call it. As you can see, the cars are out there on the speedway right now. See on board with Tyler Street. Tyler Street up along the outside wall there, as you'll see a lot of guys up and along the outside wall. All right, we're going to take a few minutes away here to get our sponsorships a shout out for what they need, and we'll be right back.
You've heard your friends talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and you want to know more. Are you ready to invest in Bitcoin and your future? If so, it's time to go to Coinbase.com. Or you can download the app today. Coinbase is the easiest and most trusted place to buy and sell cryptocurrency. You can get started today with $50 or less. Just remember, for cryptocurrency, look for the C. That's where you should be. Coinbase.com.
With Get Upside, you save up to 25 cents per gallon every time you buy gas, and up to 35% cash back at restaurants. Gas stations and restaurants compete with cashback offers. Earn cash back at all the big brands near you. Users have earned tens of millions of dollars. Best of all, you can cash out anytime to PayPal or a check or gift cards. Join millions of people earning cash back every day. Download the free Get Upside app now.
We talked about this season being a big season for a lot of these outlaw drivers as the 360 Outlaw Sprint Car Series has, well, money talk. So the season championship payouts, well, here's what they look like. Here's a $550 pot for the season championship, with the winner taking home an extra $100 in their pocket all the way down through the 10th spot. There's a $10 increment out through there. The Race of Champions race, that will be coming up just before the Kings of Miller Time race. There's a $450 pot there on the season. There's $100 on the line there. And then the Kings of Miller Time, there's a $1,100 pot there, with the winner taking home $300. There's a lot of money here on the line for these guys as they've signed up. A lot of the sponsorships paid for them, but also there's money each week to be had with the Quick Time and the Hard Charger. Those drivers will earn $5 extra each week that is out there on the line. And then you look at the schedule. Well, we're here at Port Royal tonight. And then next week, we will head off to Lernerville Speedway. We stay right here in Pennsylvania for the next 3 races of the season to close out September. And then we travel to the Carolinas for the dirt track at Charlotte. Then we hit Lanier Speedway, and that's been the one that I've circled as potentially a battle within the last 5 laps. That's the way it's been in the previous seasons here with Miller Time Motorsports. And then we run all the way down to the bottom, and you see right there, the night before the Kings of Miller Time, we have a race there on the 3rd, the 4th Miller Time Race of Champions. That'll be at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And then December 4th, the same day, that evening, the Kings of Miller Time with that $1,100 pot on the line. And there is how this season is going to shake up, as we are getting ever so close to the start of this week 1 season. And you looked at the board, and on top of the leaderboard right now, the fastest guy out there is Alex. Alex Hanna was able to put down a good time out on the Speedway. Actually, let me double check the times on that as we look. And it does look like Kenny Hoffman has set the fastest lap at a 15.492. That was Kenny Hoffman at a 15.492. And then you got Ty Shobilak putting down a really good time at a 15.550. And then Zach Dykstra at a 15.594. So you can see here on the board, that is the accurate times for hot lap session. So Kenny Hoffman right now setting quick time in your hot lap session, but qualifying will come around, and we shall see how those drivers do, as Kenny Hoffman is not scheduled to go out until the 20th car right now. So we'll see how that one plays out, as Ryan Avelia is going to be that very first car that'll be out there on the Speedway, as it's about time to start off qualifying here, folks. As you can see, that 49 machine is starting to roll out of pit road there in turns number 1 and 2. Ryan Avelia there in the 49 machine. We'll see how he stacks up here in qualifying. Got 2 laps of qualifying for the 49 machine. Again, a Rookie of the Year candidate, that 49 machine of Ryan Avelia. Running the top side of the racetrack. Gets into the wall a little bit there. That is going to be what we're going to have to watch a lot. Will these guys be able to stay off the wall to come across the line for his first lap? Going to set a 15.777, a 15.777. And that takes over the top spot right now with a 15.77. That second lap was a 15.669, a 15.669. That will be quicker for Ryan Avelia. He will set quick time, and he has set the mark at a 15.669. Second driver is now out onto the speedway now, and that is going to be that 00 machine of Jeff Flair. We've seen him out here in the Outlaw Series. And first lap going to be a 15.758. Going to be second quick right now for Jeff Flair, and 15.758. Coming across the line here for his second lap. That lap will be a little bit faster, a 7.55. He'll improve a little bit, but still going to be second quick for him. The next car that is rolled out onto the speedway, that is the 53 machine of Larry Bell, sporting his new paint scheme this season, the Bell IT Solutions. Goes down to the bottom here, and 3 and 4 to exit. Put his first time out there on the board. It's going to be 15.905, a 15.905. That is going to be third quick right now for Larry Bell. Final lap for Larry Bell is going to be a 16 flat. That is going to be slower. He's going to be third quick on the board. That next driver now has rolled out onto the speedway. That's the local boy to me. That is Ty Shobylock. Ty Shobylock in the 17 machine. Again, a Rookie of the Year candidate. As hopefully we'll see a lot more of that 17 machine. Good looking paint scheme for Ty Shobylock. Coming around here for his first lap, and he'll cross the line at a 15.650. That is going to take away the top spot at a 15.649. 15.649. That is quick time for Ty Shobylock. And that lap will be quicker to 15.592. A 15.592 for Ty Shobylock. A lot faster time there for Ty Shobylock. Really, really good time for him. All right, you got your next car that has rolled out onto the speedway. And we have seen him last season. The Ross Kaiser machine. It does look like he supports the Clayton Tilley face up there on the top of the raceway. Clayton Tilley on top of his wing there. I'm sure he loves to see that. Ross Kaiser here coming around for his first lap. Ross Kaiser will turn at 15.8. 15.8. 15.8 was Ross Kaiser. He'll shut it down right there. Next car out there, it's going to be that 48 machine of Kyle Vaughn. Kyle Vaughn back for another season. Fared fairly well there in the 305s. Did not find a win last season, but looking for one this season. Across the line at a 15.562. 15.562. That takes over the top spot for Kyle Vaughn. Seems like this track may be starting to come in as these other drivers start to run the track in. $15.507. That lap will be even faster for Kyle Vaughn. So Kyle Vaughn is looking strong here, and he'll take over the top spot here early in on this one. As your next car has been out there on the speedway, and that is the Aussie, number 26 of Sean Stevens. That first lap was fourth quick for Sean Stevens. He's looking for a little bit more as he turned to 15.730 for Sean Stevens. Sean Stevens' second lap was a little bit quicker, but not quick enough at a 15.702. He's going to be fourth quick on the board. Your next driver that's going to roll out there on the speedway is the 115 machine of Eric Tupper. Eric Tepper in the 115. He's another guy that is trying to make Rookie of the Year. And we talked with Eric Tepper earlier in the pre-race show, and he's looking to put down a good line here in qualifying. Maybe strikes the wall there coming out of turns number 4. First lap at a 16 flat. 16 flat for Eric Tepper. That first lap at a 16 flat is not going to score because he touched the wall. We'll see if this lap is going to score for Eric Tepper. It is not. He hit the wall in both turns, so neither one of those laps will work for him, and he has to be disappointed with that hitting the wall. All right, your next car that's rolling out there on the Speedway is that 76 machine, the black and green of Bryson Hay. Had some mishap there in the Kings of Miller time. This is the last time that we've seen him. He's 6 quick there on that first lap as a car came out of the pits as he was leading the B main and made his night short. Looking for a good season here for that 76 machine. Second lap is going to be a 15.928. Going to be 6 quick for Bryson. Gavin Chatham is the next car out there on the Speedway in that 24 machine. He's looking for a good season here, as he's had a win on the season before in 305s. Comes across the line, second quick for Gavin Chatham at a 15.587. 15.587. Coming across the line here, will this lap be any quicker? It is about 2/100ths of a second faster. And so he's going to be setting second quick behind Kyle Vaughn there. Good spot there for him. Next car that rolls out there on the Speedway is that 18 machine of Zach Dykstra. He's one of those Bitcoin drivers. Bitcoin being the premier series in this one. He goes second quick on his first lap at a 15.584. 15.584 for Zach Dykstra. Going to remain second quick for him. Your next car is going to be out there. It's going to be the 91 of Chris Sign. Chris Sign in the 91 machine. He's going to be 5th quick right there on the board for Chris Sign. Next driver out there is going to be Matt Grimm. Matt Grimm in the 091 machine. Again, first year for him. He was in the All-Star Series last year, and looking for something different here as he made the Outlaw Series, hoping for a good night tonight. He is going to be 12th quick on the board at a 16 flat. Matt Grimm's going to go up one spot into that 11th position for Matt Grimm. So Matt Grimm's going to have some work to do here tonight. His next car that should be rolling out onto the Speedway will be Jason Haynes. As we see, Jason Haynes has made it out onto the raceway. And here's a look at the 66 machine of Jason Haynes. Jason Haynes, first lap, 6 quick at a 15.649. The next car out there in the 72 machine is a Helms Racing of Randy Fritsch. Fritsch also bidding for a Rookie of the Year candidate in the 72 machine here at Port Royal tonight. Looking for a good lap here on lap number 1. come across at a 15.805. A 15.805 is going to be 11th quick for Randy. A little loose there on the exit of 3 and 4. Just across the line, that lap will be slower for Randy. Next car out there is the 22 machine of Brandon Boyles, also known as the King #1, King Brandon Boyles. Ninth quick on his first lap there at a 15.745. Look for a little bit more here on the second lap. Across the line, and he's going to be quicker at 15.450. That is quick time for the King. King Brandon Boyles with quick time. Got another King out here, the third King. That would be Clayton Tilley. Clayton Tilley all over the inside or the outside wall there early here in qualifying on his go-up route. First lap for Tilley at a 16.369. Clayton Tilley, not what we expected there on his first lap here, down to the bottom side of the raceway here, trying to put down a quick time. Crosses the line at a 15.703 for Clayton Tilley. He's going to be 10th quick on board. Next car out there, another Rookie of the Year candidate in the 97. That's Alex Hanna. Alex Hanna in the 97 machine. First lap for Hanna at a 15.635 for Alex Hanna. Second lap was a little bit slower to 15.692. We'll take that first lap. He's going to be sitting 6th quick for tonight. We got a new Miller Time Motorsports face of that 84 machine of Brandon Surratt. That first lap at a 15.676. You see there he got loose in 1 and 2, so that messed up his timing here for his second lap. So Brandon Surratt going to look like he's going to score 10th quick. All right. Everyone wants to see what Kenny Hoffman will be able to do here in qualifying, as he was the fastest in hot lap session. Can he break that 15.4 second mark? As he was all over the wall there on his first lap. As that first lap was a 15.419. It must have stayed off the wall enough to be able to set quick time. 15.149, must not have got any X's on that lap as he crosses the line. And he is setting quick time right now at a 15.419. Kenny Hoffman on the top of the leaderboard. Next car out there is another Miller Time boy, number 39 of Joshua Berkey. Josh Berkey in the 39 machine. Josh Berkey going to qualify the 18th position at a 15.885. That second lap was fastest of the two. Next driver out there, that 47 of Steven Vogelsong, coming out of turn number 4, hits the wall. On the backstretch, hits the wall there. So this lap probably not going to count for Steven Vogelsong. He's going to have to reset and regroup for another lap here. Cross line for his first lap. As you see, that lap time, it did not count here, as we're setting for his second lap here. Let's see if it improves here. be a 15.901 for Stephen Vogelsong. He's going to be sitting 20th on the board. Next driver out there is Tyler Street in the 4-star machine. He was one of the drivers picked to win the championship and also picked to finish in the top 3 tonight. First lap going to be fourth quick, get a 15.537. Fourth quick for Tyler Street on his opening lap. That second lap will be a 15.548. A little bit slower there for Tyler Street, but he's sitting good in that 4th position. As your next driver that is scheduled to go out is going to be Eric Whitner. And Whitner, another driver that has bidden for the Rookie of the Year candidate as he comes across the start line there for his first lap. Going to be 15th quick on the board at a 15.748. Across the line for his final lap. That one will be faster at a 15.572. Move him into the 5th position. Next car out there with a new paint scheme that we've never seen before out of PJ Popham. PJ Popham in that 32 machine. PJ Popham's first lap at a 15.836. We'll see if it improves here on the second lap. We'll come across the line. It is faster at a 15.738. 15.738, but it will not count. Was showing some damage there across one of those turns, so he will have a 15.836. He will be 20th quick. We got Ben Ward out there on the Speedway now. Ben Wart loves these Pennsylvania tracks, Williams Grove being his favorite track. First lap at a 15.869, 21st quick for PJ Popham. I'm sorry, I just said PJ Popham. That was Ben Ward out there in that second lap, 18th quick for Ben Ward. That next driver that's out there in the Speedway is going to be Randy Shreves in the 56 machine. Randy Shreves at a 15.662, 12th quick for Randy Shreves. So the next driver that was scheduled to be out there was going to be Chase Wolf. It does look like he is a scratch for qualifying, so out there now is going to be Corey Jansen. First lap for him at a 15.604, 9th quick for him. Comes across the line, he will turn a 15.604 as his best lap. That second lap was a 15.788, a little bit slower. As now your final driver to take time is going to be 71 of Mad Max Stambog. Max Stambog in the 71 machine. Last driver to take time tonight before we roll her over into the next segment, which is heat races coming up next. First lap for Stambog going to be 21st quick at a 15.787. Second lap going to be slower at a 15.799 for Max Stambog, as that will conclude all of the qualifying. On top of the leaderboard in qualifying and earning an extra $5 on the night, Kenny Hoffman with a 15.419. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for your first heat race of the night. And that first heat race is going to look something like this, starting on the pole. That 56 machine of Randy Shreves. Randy Shreves in that 56, he will lead the first heat race of the season to the green flag. Corey Jansen on his outside. Starting third, Eric Whitner. Starting fourth, and your fastest guy on the night is Kenny Hoffman in the 11 machine. Fifth will be the 51 of Clayton Tilley III. He is the king, Clayton Tilley III. Sixth will be Mad Max Stanbog in the 5 machine. Seventh will be the 39 of Joshua Berkey. Rounding out the field in the 115 of Eric Tupper in the 8 machine. The top 4 cars will transfer into tonight's A main event. We've got 8 laps. All right, the lights are out on the iRacing face truck. We're ready to go green flag. This time by going to be on the command of that 56 machine of Randy Shreves. Shreves will have the command here as they enter turns number 3, side by side, getting ready to lay the hammer down for heat race number 1. Flag is waving in the air, and that 56 of Randy Shreves takes the early race command. As here comes Kenny Hoffman early in on this one out of turns number 1. Goes 2 cars past, and here comes Kenny Hoffman for the lead. And he will take over that race lead really, really fast and early. Kenny Hoffman to the race lead. Blistering lap time there. As you've seen, a 16.272 opening up this race. That 11 machine looks like the man to beat right now. Kenny Hoffman up front. Randy Shreves runs second. Corey Jansen in that second position. And fourth and final transfer spot, Max Stanball has it. As you can see here, Clayton Tilley 1 spot out of the transfer spot. That battle is for the final transfer spot as we look in on that one. It's side by side battling for the final transfer spot with Clayton Tilley in the 51 and the 71 of Mad Max Stanball. Come down the backstretch, we are halfway through this race, and this is a good one here for the final transfer spot, but it's also heating up for that second position as it's side-by-side racing with Corey Jansen and Randy Shreves as they exchange sliders back and forth. Kenny Hoffman has checked out to a massive, massive lead early in on this one. Mad Max Stanball looking really good. Kenny Hoffman upside down there. Lost a wing. There is Mad Max as well involved as the caution flag waves out onto the speedway. Kenny Hoffman leading this race up front all by himself. Upside down there. As we'll have to take a look at the replay and see what happened there with Kenny Hoffman. Just hits the wall and goes upside down, leading the race by a big mile. And then also the same thing happened to the 71 machine. Byron Gay, can you take us through the 71 machine as he entered that and see if they pretty much did the same thing? What'd you see there?
Well, to me, it just honestly looks like they just did the same thing as we got the replay queued back up here from further back. We knew Hoffman got in a little too high there, grabbed the wall. Mad Max here was holding the transfer spot over Tilly. Just same thing, just grabs that wall and climbs it.
We talked in the pre-race show that that was going to be something to watch for, was the outside wall, and it will bite you, and it just bit the leader in the butt in a big way. That number 11 machine is now in the back of the field here as he's got repairs done and is back out there. But we've seen him come up through this field really, really quick. He's got 2 laps to get to the transfer spot. Can he get inside the top 4? We'll keep an eye on that 11 machine back there. But now the race leader is that 56 machine of Randy Shreves. He regains the lead after the incidents that happened there on the track. As Corey Jansen holds down that second position, Eric Whitner has that third position. I'm sorry, the third king of Clayton Tilley holds down that third position. Eric Tepper in the fourth position. Joshua Berkey is in that looking for a transfer spot. He's in the looking for transfer spot. He can do it. He's one spot out. He started towards the back of this race. As now we're getting to the one to go. The lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. As they single file down the backstretch, we will get the 2 signal to go as they come across the stripe. Randy Shreves in the Cottberg seat right now in the 56 machine at 138 of Corey Jansen on his back bumper, and Clayton Tilley rounds out the third position. Fourth and final position, Eric Tepper. Green flag is waving out on the speedway. Car into the wall there and opened up the door for Kenny Hoffman as he takes a position away. Still 2 positions out of the transfer spot as you see Corey Jansen looking for the race lead. Here comes Clayton Tilley to the outside. Now he's got some big momentum run on, and it's about to go 3 wide as he looks to the inside. Not going to do it. Follows in behind. That is Clayton Tilley there. Now looking for the race lead. Slides up in front of Randy Shreves. Gets into Randy Shreves. And Randy Shreves looks like he may have broken an axle there after Clayton Tilley tried to take the last move, last pass, and was able to do it. As Clayton Tilley gets the win out of turns number 4 as they make contact on the exit. Clayton Tilley will win it. Randy Shreves in second. Corey Jansen in the third position. And the fourth and final transfer spot belongs to Eric Tepper. Cars out there on the speedway now, and it's going to start off on the pole with the Rookie of the Year candidate. That is Ryan Avelia. Ryan Avelia in that 49 machine. Second will be Chris Sine. Third will be Zach Dykstra in the 18 machine. Fourth will be the 22 of Brandon Boyles. Fifth will be the 00 of Jeff Claro. Sixth will be the 72 of Randy Fritsch. Seventh will be the 91 of Matt Grimm. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We're going to go green flag this time by. It's going to be an 8-lap heat race number 2. And your top 4 will transfer into tonight's A main. Ryan Avelia looking for the green flag here at turns number 4. Chris Sign on his outside. The 18 and double deuce 22 of Brandon Boyles in that second row. They are teammates. This green flag is waving out on the Speedway. Avelia goes to the top side and takes the early race command. Zach Dykstra to the inside, looking for a position away from the 91 machine of Chris Sign. Chris Sign looking like he's having all kinds of trouble holding on to that car as he slips back into that 4th position. King Brandon blows up into that 3rd, 4th position. 2nd position, sorry for that. Ryan Avelia still leads the race. Zach Dykstra one's in that 3rd position. 4th right now is Chris Sign. He holds down that final transfer spot, but you've got Matt Grimm that is right there in striking distance in the 91. Back up front, Ryan Avelia is leading this one. He has looked fast, running the top side of the cushion in that 49 machine. No one really able to touch him right now. His last lap was a 15.722. He was about 0.3 faster than 2nd place of Brandon Boyles. Zach Dykstra still runs into that 3rd position, and Chris Sign still holding down that 4th and final transfers position. Matt Grimm gets into the wall there on the exit of 4 a little bit. That opens up the door for Randy Fritch. And Fritch in the 72 machine trying to overtake Matt Grimm for that 5th position. It's been all Ryan Avelia up front, leading this one from the drop of the green flag. If he holds on to win this, he will be starting 2nd on the outside of the front row in tonight's AMA. 2 fingers, we're out there on the Speedway. We're looking for the white flag. The white flag is now waving out on the Speedway for Ryan Avelia. You can see your last 5 average lap times up there. Ryan Avelia has been dominant in this heat race number 2. Here comes a hard slider by Zach Dykstra to the inside. Not going to be able to get there for that 2nd position. But it's all Ryan Avelia getting the win there in the 49 machine. The Rookie of the Year candidate gets win number 1 on heat race number 2 of the season. Number 3 is lined up on the front stretch, and here's how they look. Starting on the pole, the 84 machine of Brandon Surratt. Starting on his outside, that number 97 of Alex Hanna. Starting 3rd, the 24 of Gavin Chatham. Starting 4th, the 48 of Kyle Vaughn. Starting 5th in the 76, that's Bryson Hay. Starting 6th, the 4 machine, that's Ross Kaiser. Starting 7th in the 47 machine, that's Steven Vogelsong. These drivers in heat race number 3, they've got 8 laps, and your top 4 will transfer into tonight's A main. All right, we've got the lights out on the iRacing pace truck. We're about to go a green flag racing here out of turns number 3 and 4. As tonight's big race in the A main, you got Leppo Rents. That's going to be the premier sponsor for the hard charger. Leppo Rents is where you're going to get that extra $5 in the hard charger. The $5 has already went to Kenny Hoffman for Jake's Electric quick qualifier. We're about to go green flag here on turns number 4. Going to be on the command of Brandon Certain, that 84 machine. You got Alex Hanna there on the outside. We're about to lay the hammer down in heat race number 3. Green flag is out there on the Speedway. Alex Hanna gets a run on the outside of Brandon Certain. He is going to try to take that position away, but Brandon Certain powers to the outside with that slider move. Alex Hanna looks to the inside. Will he convert with another slider himself? He will. Cutting back underneath is going to be the 84 of Brandon Certain. Here comes Kyle Vaughn. Kyle Vaughn now to the outside. He's going to try to make a move. Not able to do it. Here comes Kyle Vaughn now to the inside. They about went 3 wide there on the exit. There's Ross Kaiser in the mix now. He's in the final transfer spot. Alex Hanna has now taken over the race command. You got Gavin Chatham back here in that 1 position, looking out into that 5th position, but the battle has been up here for that 3rd, 4th position. Kyle Vaughn racing, but you got Ross Kaiser that has moved up into the position. You see there, Kyle Vaughn, as we flip the camera there, he got into the wall. That knocks him out of the transfer spot, and the caution flag waves. And so another victim to the outside wall. That makes the count to 3, as 3 drivers have had issues with that outside wall. As we'll take a look at the replay and what happened there. And just gets up way too high there in turn number 1, and that causes havoc. And they get into the wall. That is brutal up there, especially in turns number 1. You want to do that. You want to hit that high side hard so you get the momentum and run on the exit. As we are now under yellow. We're halfway through this heat race number 3. As all of our cautions has been single car accidents up along the outside wall, trying to get every little bit of speed out of this. They bit the outside wall. Currently, Alex Hanna is your race leader and has led since about lap 2 as he took over the lead from Brandon Surratt. We will have a single file restart here. We go back to green flag. Look at the fastest lap in this race right now at a 15.987. That was set by Alex Hanna. He was your fastest driver out there so far. And you look at the last lap. Well, he had that fastest lap on his last lap at a 15.897. There's your averages over the last 5 laps, and Alex Hanna still leading the way in his average lap time at a 16.066 over the last 5 laps. So he's been the man to beat right now up front. Alex Hanna in the 97 machine. Lights are out on the iRacing Prace Truck. We are ready to go green flag racing here out of turns number 4 on the command of Alex Hanna. Certain in the 2nd position, Kaiser in the 3rd position, and Gavin Chatham holds down the final transfer spot in that 24 machine. Green flag is out there, and Alex Hanna gets a really good start. Ross Kaiser got a pretty good start there on Brandon Surratt, and he'll take over that 2nd position now. Move Ross Kaiser into the 2nd position. Brandon Surratt says not so fast as Brandon Surratt puts a slider in turns number 3 and 4. Kaiser with cut down side by side down the front stretch. Let's give that position over to Ross Kaiser. Kaiser now into the wall. That wall is causing havoc for a lot of good drivers out here. As now Ross Kaiser drops back into the 3rd position. Gavin Chatham's going to try to look to the inside. Not able to do it. That opens up the door for Kyle Vaughn. Kyle Vaughn back into the mix now. As you can see, Chatham got into the wall as well. He's now outside the transfer spot. Bryson Hall holds down the final transfer spot as we are coming to the white flag for Alex Hanna. Alex Hanna, white flag in the air for him. Sir runs into the 2nd position, but the battle is on for that 4th and final transfer position. We'll keep the eyes on there as now Kyle Vaughn has ripped around him and is going to hold on for the final transfer spot. Alex Hanna's going to come across the checker and win heat race number 3. Brandon Surratt will come home 3rd. Ross Kaiser in the 3rd position, and Kyle Vaughn will get the final transfer spot. right, your final heat race of the night. Starting on the pole at 26, the Australian Sean Stevens. Starting 6th in the 66, that's Jason Haynes. Starting 7th in the 17, that's Ty Shobilak. Starting 4th in the 04, that's Tyler Street. Starting 5th in the 14 machine, that is Ben Ward. Starting 6th in the 32, that's PJ Popham. Starting 7th from the 56 machine of Larry Bell. These guys have 8 laps to settle your final heat race of the night. Your top 4 transfer into tonight's A main. The rest go to the B main. We only take 21 cars to the feature, so your top 5 out of your B main will make the show. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We're ready to drop the hammer for heat race number 4. The Australians, number 26 of Sean Stevens on his outside. You got Haynes. Then Shobilak and Street rounds out the second row. The third row is Ben Wart and Popham. And then Bell is the final car there in that 7th position. Your top 4. Green flag is out in the Speedway. Stevens out to the early lead. You can see Ty Shobilak took the outside in turns number 1 and 2, and it paid off for him as he powers the outside of Jason Haynes. Haynes is stuck to the inside. That lets Tyler Street by. Street up into the 3rd position. Jason Haynes stuck to the bottom side. Now here comes PJ Popham. PJ Popham takes it away. Jason Haynes went from that 2nd position all the way back, and then Ben Ward is looking to try to put his move around him. Back on up front, Sean Stevens has led it from the drop of the green flag. As you can see, PJ Popham having some issues there, going upside down there in turns number 1 and 2. As our first caution flag of the evening has waved for the 32 machine of PJ Popham. He'll have to put that back in there. I would imagine. Byron Gay, you can kind of tell us what happened here, but I can imagine that the wall in turns number 1 probably caused that.
I mean, you would be straight correct with that. You see, he gets up there too high in turn 1, rides all the way up to the top of the Port Royal sign there, and unfortunately for him, you want to go to the back of this heat race now.
That was some great shots there, Byron, with your camera work. Wow, did he get some height in that? PJ Popham puts it in the pits to try to get repairs and get back out here to the tail end of this one to try to get himself inside the top 4. Repairs are done on that, as we are not quite to the halfway point, but we are getting really close to it. As we're going to go green flag here next time by 3 laps completed of an 8-lap race, your top 4. As you can see, Sean Stevens still your race leader. Ty Shobilak in that 2nd position and Tyler Street in the 3rd position. Jason Haynes is into the 4th position after PJ Popham got upside down. So PJ Popham now having to restart to the back of the field. Then Ben Wart is 1 position out of the transfer spot to make it into tonight's A main. If he does not get that pass on one of the 2 cars in front of him, he may be looking at a B main, as only 5 of those cars are coming out of there. We've got a 30-car field tonight, 21 cars, so you got 9 cars that are eventually going home tonight. You don't want to be one of those guys going home as we're getting ready to go green flag here as the iRacing pace truck lights are out. And it will be on the command of that 26 machine of Sean Stevens. Final transfer spot will be one to watch with Ben Wart and Jason Haynes. Jason Haynes, started on the outside of row number 2, has slipped all the way back into that 4th position. Green flag is waving out the Speedway. looking pretty strong there in that second position, trying to take over that next position. He wants the win here because he'd be starting fourth in tonight's race. As we look at the last lap, your fastest lap in the race was PJ Papa at 16.080. And then we look at the last lap times, and Sean Stevens still your fastest, but Ty Shobilock is right there. As we'll keep the last lap up there to see if any of these guys are starting to improve on each other. As still, Jason Haynes holds over that fourth position. Now Larry Bell takes over that fifth position from Ben Wart, as that battle is going for that fifth position. So a great with Sean Stevens, Ty Shobilock, and Tyler Street right now. And now Tyler Street looking to the inside of Ty Shobilock, not able to get it done. Ty Shobilock into the wall a little bit, opens up the door for Tyler Street. It's Tyler Street. He's going to have a big run here on the outside on the white flag lap. One final lap to go. Jason Haynes still holds on to the final transfer spot. Here comes Tyler Street looking to the inside here. Going to try to get a run on Ty Shobilock. Not able to do it. Sean Stevens gets your win. Ty Shobilock in second. Tyler Street in the third position. And Jason Haynes holds on to the final transfer spot. B main is lining up now, and like I said, your top 5 will transfer into tonight's A main. You got 13 cars trying to bid for 5 positions. This is going to be wild. Starting on the pole, the 39 of Josh Berkey. Running second, the 09 or the 091 of Matt Grimm. Third will be the 76 of Bryson Hall. Fourth will be the 53 of Larry Bell. Fifth will be the 71 of Eric Whitner. Sixth will be the 72 of Randy Fritsch. Seventh will be the 24 of Gavin Chatham. Eighth will be the 32 of PJ Popham. Ninth will be the number 11 of Kenny Hoffman. 10th will be the 000 of Jeff Flaro. 11th will be Stephen Vogelsong. 12th will be the 14 of Benjamin Wart. And 13th will be the 5 of Max Stanball. Does look like he is a scratch. He is not going to make the feature. So you got 12 cars bidding for 5 spots in tonight's final positions in the A main. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. 12 laps to get it done. A guy that you didn't think that you'd maybe see here, Kenny Hoffman in that 9th position. He has to make it through this inside. He's got to pick up, 4 spots to make it inside the top 5. He's starting in that 9th position. Can he get it done? Several good drivers in this trying to make themselves into the back of the A main. Green flag is waving out in the Speedway. Josh Berkey jumps out to the early race command as we've got a stack up into the back here. Several cars upside down there out of the exit of turns number 4. Looks like Matt Grimm. Matt Grimm was one of them. Eric Whitner, so caution flag is waving out here on the Speedway. So we will take a look and turn it over to Byron Gay and see what he's seen there on the replay.
Yeah, we're going to take it straight from the drop of the green flag here. Guys look like, they're trying to find that area of where the grip is. Matt Grimm just gets up, comes down, tags Bryson Hall, and it just starts from there. And it just collects up guys, and guys that you didn't think should be here in the B main getting caught up in it too.
That's the unfortunate part about not making it out of your heat race. You get into the B main, you have a chance of having some issues, and some guys had some issues there. as now they have to put it in the pits for repair. They were kind of already towards the middle to the back of the pack, so it's not too bad of an issue early in on this. So they still have hopes to make it out of this B main, but they're going to have to get up on the wheel and drive it like they've stolen it. As right now the leader is the 39 of Joshua Berkey, and Larry Bell follows in behind. That's Team Miller time, going 1-2 here in the B main right now. Matt Grimm in the third position, or sorry, Bryson Hall in that third position. A couple laps there was timed as that first lap came across. Of course, Josh Berkey was your fastest being up front, so nobody else could really put down a lap, but we'll continue to keep that last lap up there in this race so you can kind of see who are some of the faster guys out there. Kenny Hoffman not really able to do anything in an 18 flat because of the wreck that was right there in front of him. He got lucky and made it through. Lights are still on the iRacing pace truck. We're looking for them to go out as they cross the stripe here. They do. The iRacing pace truck lights are out. And the 39 machine of Josh Berkey will get us back underway here. And like Byron Gay said, there's several guys in here that are worthy of making the show that really shouldn't be back here. I mean, several of these guys, PJ Popham, Jeff Flair, Kenny Hoffman, Ben Ward in the 8th position, Stephen Bosom, Matt Grimm. I mean, several guys back here that are trying to make themselves into tonight's A-Main Outlaw Series. Green flag is waving out in the Speedway. Kenny Hoffman gets into the wall once again back here in the back. Several cars are slowed. We'll have to take a look at the replay and see what happened there in turns number 1. Seems like that top side's having some havoc here. We did see some damage to Kenny Hoffman's vehicle there, his sprint car. As you can see, he's pulling it into the pits. Kenny Hoffman, you see that front end's bent all up. They can't even steer that thing, so he'll be starting towards the back of this one. As we try to take a look at the replay and turn it over to Byron Gay. What'd you see there? Does look like it was just nowhere for Kenny Hoffman to go there, as just innocent bystander there. Now he will be into the back of the field. Unfortunate for him. As we'll try to get another restart here. 2 cautions early in this B main. They all know there's only 5 drivers making it, and there's 12 drivers here. So everyone's trying to do everything possible back behind that 5th position. That's where the incidents has been happening, because it's go time. You've only got 9 laps to go in this one, so you gotta make it count here on the restarts to get your chance, especially if you're back here in the back, to be able to crack that top 5. Imagine Kenny Hoffman, PJ Popham, Eric Whitner, those guys 10th, 11th, and 12th will be on the wheel here. We drop the green flag once again in the B main. Berkey, Bell, Hay, Fritsch, Flaro, your top 5. Green flag is waving. They're battling for that final transfer spot with Stephen Vogelsong. Stephen Vogelsong on the move. He's up in that on that wheel, and he's down on the bottom side. He's in that 5th position, looking underneath Randy Fritsch. Not able to do it. Rich has got that 4th position right now in the 7-2 machine. Here comes Steven Vogelsong. He'll take over that position into the 4th position. We've got another incident towards the back. That might have been Kenny Hoffman also involved as caution flag waves. As you see several cars there was involved. We'll take a look at the replay and see what happened here. Kenny Hoffman to the top side of the raceway. Just stacking up, bam, hits the wall really hard. Super hard hit. Kenny Hoffman, and that is his 2nd time, so I doubt he'll be back out here on the Speedway. Several of these guys getting involved. They're not going to be able to get that car repaired and get it back out here. So Kenny Hoffman being your fastest qualifier of the night, looking really fast in his heat race, was up front all by himself. He was the one to beat. And we do now know that Kenny Hoffman, PJ Popham, both have put the car in the hauler. They are done for the night, and they are going home. As both of those guys, 2 guys we did not expect to go home tonight, and they are going home. And Kenny Hoffman has to be just beating himself up as he had a heat race won by a mile. Made a mistake on the top side of his heat race, went upside down, and that caused some big issues, and now that's why he is in the B main and not able to get it out. Eric Whitner is in the pits right now, trying to get repairs done on that. Not sure if he's going to be able to get those repairs done. Byron, you got a report from down there in the pits.
Yeah, it looks like, the team already used the fast repair on that 71 entry of Eric Whitner, and it looks like to me that there is too much damage on that car that they are not going to be able to get it fixed here in time to continue racing here in the B. I think their night is done.
All right, thanks for that information, Byron Gay. As you can see, the car is pretty much toast down there on the infield. A lot of work on that car. I mean, it's pretty much damaged up. You're not going to do anything with that thing. As the lights are out on the iRacing pace truck, we're going to go green flag this time by with Berkey and Larry Bell still 1-2 in this one. Hall in that 3rd position, Vogelsong in the 4th position, Randy Fritsch as your final transfer spot. Ben Ward trying to take that final transfer spot away. Green flag is waving out in the Speedway. We'll pan out to try to look at all of these cars as they are going side by side, battling back here. And this race is really heating up for that final transfer spot. You got Ben Wharton there running the bottom side, and here comes Randy Fritsch and Bryson Hall. Fritsch is up into the 3rd position. Bryson Hall runs in the 5th and final transfer spot. Now that puts Larry Bell on the bubble, as he was running 2nd in this one. He's on the bubble to get knocked out of the A main. Here comes Ben Ward to the bottom side of the raceway. Bryson Hall to the outside. They're side by side. Here comes Bryson Hall once again. Looking. Bryson Hall has the final transfer spot right now. Here it goes, 3 wide, and Bryson Hall gets sideways and turned around, and Gavin Chatham gets involved as well in that one. You can see that one brewing as they were 3 wide coming out of the exit of turns number 3 and 4. Bryson Hall was bidding for that final transfer spot. We'll take a look at the replay at a different angle. There it is, 3 wide coming out of that turn. Just not enough room there for everyone coming out of that turn. No one at fault there. Just some hard racing there for that final transfer spot. As Bryson Hall got the bad end of the stick being on the top side, gets turned around. He's in for repairs, trying to get that thing under repair. I think he has still a repair left, I would imagine. And he does. He returns back out onto the racing surface. As Bryson Hall will have to restart to the back end of this, and there's only 2 laps to go, so it's going to be really hard for some of these guys that's in the back of the pack. Josh Berkey still leads the race, and looking at the last lap, fastest laps out there, Randy Fritsch has been on rails. Steven Vogelsong's been on rails. Steven Vogelsong up into the 3rd position, or 2nd position, I should say. Steven Vogelsong maybe trying to take away a win here from Josh Berkey. It's led every bit of this as we come back to the green flag. Does look like we'll have just a few laps to go. And Larry Bell's in that 4th position, and Ben Wart is in the 6th position. Larry Bell holds on to the final transfer spot right now. I'm sorry, Ben Wart holds on to the final transfer spot right now. The standings is not updated yet on the broadcast in there. It still shows Gavin Chatham there up front, but Gavin Chatham is in the pits for repair and may not be able to return back out on the Speedway. We'll have to take a look at that. As he's still in the pits right now. Any word down there, Byron, in the pits on Gavin Chatham? Is he going to be able to get that thing repaired?
Yeah, word on the 24 car is he had to grab a tow. Not sure how much longer they are going to be able to tow that car in. Not looking like he will be able to get back out on the track at this time, though.
Thank you for that report. As we are back under the green flag, Josh Berkey on the hammer. He'll take over the lead, still retaining the lead, I should say. Steven Vogelsong closes to the back bumper of him. Randy Fritsch runs in that 3rd position. Larry Bell has the final the 4th position, and the final transfer spot belongs to Ben Wart right now. As Jeff Flaro looking for that position, he has taken that position over from Ben Wart. So now Jeff Flaro is in the final transfer spot. Ben Wart still 1 position out in this one. As they are coming to the line here, Josh Berkey's going to pick up your win. Steven Vogelsong in the 2nd position, Randy Fritsch in the 3rd. 4th will be Larry Bell. Jeff Flaro will get the final transfer spot. Your drivers going home: Ben Wart, Bryson Hall, Matt Grimm. Oh man, some big time drivers did not make the show tonight. Unbelievable outcomes in that B main. Racing here around Port Royal Speedway here in just a few moments. As they work that track in, we're going to be going green flag racing as we step away for a quick commercial break.
You've heard your friends talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and you want to know more. Are you ready to invest in Bitcoin and your future? If so, it's time to go to Coinbase.com. Or you can download the app today. Coinbase is the easiest and most trusted place to buy and sell cryptocurrency. You can get started today with $50 or less. Just remember, for cryptocurrency, look for the C. That's where you should be. Coinbase.com.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them for a breast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
With Get Upside, you save up to 25 cents per gallon every time you buy gas, and up to 35% cash back at restaurants. Gas stations and restaurants compete with cashback offers. Earn cash back at all the big brands near you. Users have earned tens of millions of dollars. Best of all, You can cash out anytime to PayPal or a check or gift cards. Join millions of people earning cash back every day. Download the free Get Upside app now.
Welcome back, race fans. It's time for your main feature event. It's the Bitcoin 360 OSCS. It's the Outlaws. We're going 35 laps around Port Royal, and here is what your starting lineup looks like. Starting on the pole, the 26, that's Sean Stevens. Starting second in the 97, that's Alex Hanna. Starting third from the 49, that's Ryan Avelia. Starting fourth in the 51, that is Clayton Tilley. Starting fifth in the 56 machine, that's Randy Shreves. Starting sixth in the 22, that's Brandon Voiles. Starting seventh in the 84, that's Brandon Surratt. Starting eighth in the 17, that's Ty Shobilak. Starting ninth in the 138, that's Corey Jansen. Starting 10th in the 18 machine, that's Zach Dykstra. Starting 11th in the 4 machine, that's Ross Kaiser. Starting 12th in the 04, that's Tyler Street. Starting 13th in the 115, that's Eric Tupper. 14th will be the 91 of Chris Stein. Starting 5th in the 48, that's Kyle Vaughn. Starting 6th in the 66, that's Jason Haynes. Starting 17th in the 39, that's Joshua Berkey. Starting 18th in the 47, that's Stephen Vogelsong. Starting 19th in the 72, that's Randy Rich. Starting 20th in the 53, that's Larry Bell. And starting 21st in the 00, that is Jeff Valero. Then we head off to Lernerville Speedway next week. You don't want to miss that. Lernerville Speedway on September 18th at the same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Sean Stevens looking for the green flag here out of turns number 4. Green flag is waving out in the speedway for Sean Stevens. Stevens takes the early race command. Back in here, you got a good battle all around the raceway early in on this one. You got the 22 there of Voiles, was going about 3 wide there on back here in the pack. Still up front, Sean Stevens leading the way with Alex Hanna in that second position. Ryan Avelia runs into the fourth position, I'm sorry. Clayton Tilley runs into that second position as he starts to close in onto the back bumper of Sean Stevens. Tilley scraping the wall just a little bit there to try to gain down Sean Stevens that leads this race. Alex Hanna runs into third position. Ryan Avelia into that fourth position. We got cars stacking up back in the back, and it looked like it was Tyler Street. Zach Dykstra in another car as the caution flag is going to wave out here on the speedway. As we've got caution flags out here. As we'll give it to the hands of our pit reporter and replay analyst, Byron Gay. What did you see there?
Looked to me as the 84 car tried to move around here. Didn't realize Dykstra was that close to him. Ends up collecting Eric Tupper. Looks like, oh my gosh, a lot more than I thought. Big stack up there at the back end of the field, though.
Unfortunate for several of these drivers. You see bent axles left and right, wings damaged up. So we're going to see a lot of cars in the work area. As we'll keep an eye on that work area and see what all is being done down there. Several cars making their way down along there. And that's the bad thing about being back there in the back of the pack. Yeah, if one car goes around, it's so close corridors around here at Port Royal. There's not much room to get away from things that happen in front of you. And that's exactly what happens with several of these guys. Again, thank you to all of our viewers out there that are watching over on YouTube. Again, if you have not done it already and you are watching over there on YouTube, make sure that you have hit the subscribe button so you know when we go live. You'll get those notifications letting you know. Also, check us out on Facebook. Go over there, hit a like, hit a follow, hit the share button. We greatly appreciate that, as that is where you're going to find some of the weekly content over there. You can also find Dirt Eye TV over on TikTok as well, and you'll find some interesting behind-the-scenes stuff there all season long. We'll talk about some different drivers over there, so make sure you check out TikTok on Dirt Eye TV. iRacing Pace Truck lights are out. You can see it tipped off the speedway, and we're about to go green flag. You've seen over the last 5 laps who was the fastest. Well, that was Clayton Tilley on the outside of row number 1. Now Sean Stevens looking for the green flag, looking to put it to Clayton Tilley early here. Green flag is waving. Got the jump on Clayton Tilley that he wanted. Ryan Avelia gets a pretty good start as well. We'll keep the eyes on Ryan Avelia. He goes to the bottom side of the raceway. Trying to look underneath Clayton Tilley. Clayton Tilley bangs off the top side of the picture. Shobi Lock back here in the 4th position. Caution flag waves once again. We'll check the replay here in just a few minutes. Looks like Tyler Street may be involved again in this one. We'll find out what just happened there. As Byron Gay, what do you got for us?
Looks like Tyler Street just gets in too low, grabs the inside wall this time, and rack 'em up, stack 'em up right there with Kyle Vaughn and Larry Bell, just nowhere to go.
Wow, big mistake by the 4 machine of Tyler Street. That's something that you don't normally see from him. That 4-star machine of Tyler Street. Not the outing that he wanted to open up this Bitcoin 360 OSCS series with Miller Time Motorsports. Look at the fastest lap in the race and who set it so far. Well, that's been the 16.50 that was set by Clayton Tilley, 16.50. Sean Stevens not too far behind there at a 16.523 at the fastest laps in this race. And they're both running up front 1-2 as we're getting ready to go a green flag once again. Green flag is waving out in the speedway. Sean Stevens gets a good start for Clayton Tilley. Here comes Ryan Avelia to the bottom side of the raceway. Clayton Tilley with a big run on the... Oh, and big contact by Sean Stevens in the 26. Upside down. We're going to have to take a look at the replay of what happened there. And that was a big monster hit by Sean Stevens. Replay analysis, Byron Gay, what did you see there on that one?
Well, I see a number 51 car coming in really hot here and just turning the 26 of Sean Stevens, and Sean just goes for a wild ride.
Wow, unbelievable. Let's take a... If you have another shot for us, Byron, we'd like to see one that's up close on that and see if there was contact with Sean Stevens 26. Maybe a nose cam or something like that where we can see a closer look at that coming out of the exit of 4. Clayton Tilley may be in jeopardy here of an EOL. We'll take a look. He may have damage on the front side of that car as he may be putting that into the pits. And he is not going to go into pits. I'm not sure what he's doing. He just sped up to the front and stopped on the backstretch. So we'll find out more word from Byron. If you hear anything, let us know. As we sit tight and see what the word are from the officials, we'll hear that from Byron Gay whenever he gets that. As right now, Right now, as it sets, Clayton Tilley is your race leader. Ryan Avelia sits in the 2nd position. Alex Hanna in the 3rd position. 4th is Randy Shreves, and 5th is Ty Shobilak. Lights are out on the iRacing Pace Truck. Pace Truck's in. We are going to go green flag here. Out of turns number 3 and 4. Green flag is waving out on the Speedway. Clayton Tilley takes over the race lead. Ryan Avelia runs in that 2nd position and tries to track down. Voiles now to the inside of Randy Shreves, trying to take over that 4th position. That's a battle for that 4th position. Randy Shreves trying to protect, not able to do so. Here comes Tyler Shobilak to the outside, takes 2 for 1 there. Tyler Shobilak up into the 4th position. He's on the move in that 17 machine. Caution flag waves. Fastest lap out there last lap was Clayton Tilley. Clayton Tilley at a 16.444. So we'll take a look at the replay and see what happened there. So it looks like a single car. Looks like Brandon Surt having some issues back there in the back of the pack. Gets up into the wall, comes to a stop. Caution flag waves once again. We're 8 laps down of a 35-lap race. We're under caution once again here, as we're looking for a couple green flag races, or I should say a couple green flag laps, so we can see what some of these guys have back here in the pack right now. Clayton Tilley is your race leader after Sean Stevens either gets into the wall, something happens there, and unfortunate, leading this race, goes upside down, tears the car all to pieces. He is back out onto the track right now. He has made the repairs, so he's going to have to make his way back up through the field. Unfortunate for Sean Stevens, as the caution lights are out on the iRacing Pace Truck, and we're about to go green flag out of turns number 4. Flag is back out in the Speedway for Clayton Tilley and the rest of the field. Sean Stevens having some issues back in the back of the pack right now. Ty Shobilak just took another position over. He's up into the 3rd position. Alex Hanna retakes that position away. Ty Shobilak looking fast there. He's up into that 4th position, looking for that 3rd position to get the podium spot. Ryan Avelia runs into that 2nd position. Ryan Avelia tries to knock down the outside wall, but Clayton Tilley's been out front leading this one, just knocking down the outside wall as well. You see sparks just flying as these guys get as close as possible to that wall. We've seen mistakes happen when they do that, and that happened to a Clayton Tilley that's been up front so far. Take a look at the last 5 laps so far, and your fastest guy is Clayton Tilley, with the last 5 laps being the fastest. Caution flag waves. We had a decent amount of laps there before caution flag comes out. Shobilak still scored into the 4th position. In 5th runs Brandon Boyles. We'll take a look at the replay and see what happened out there on the track. Oh man, the 26 just thought he had the room out there just in front of Hall, and just not enough room there. It looks like the 2 cars gathered up, and Sean Stevens' night is probably done, I would imagine. We'll have to take a look at that. Yes, indeed, he does take that car to the hauler, and he is done for the night. So Sean Stevens' night is over. Byron Gay, when we look at some of the drivers that's out there right now, who's some shockers out there that's running well tonight?
If I had to pick any driver right now, I think I'd pick probably the number 39 of Josh Berkey. He made his way through that B main. I believe he's sitting inside the top 10 right now. Running really well race, very quiet. He's moved up very quietly.
So the 39 of Josh Berkey, yes, he came out of the B main. He won that B main and has made himself in this A main and is doing very well midway through this pack. Ross Kaiser sits right in front of him. So the 39 machine of Miller Time Motorsports presenting well for that team. Also does look like Brandon Surratt is out for the night as green flag resumes back out. Randy Stream's having a quiet night back here, but inside the top 10, he found Ross Kaiser for that 67th position. Josh Berkey that we talked about earlier, he runs in that 9th position, the 39 machine. He's right behind Corey Jansen. Corey Jansen is slouching these 360s, and Josh Berkey's putting good right to the back bumper of it. Zach Dykstra back up into this one, into the 10th position after early troubles in this race. Back up front, Clayton Tilley has led it. Looking strong up there. Ryan Avelia right there in that 2nd position. Good outing for Ryan Avelia. And Alex Hanna runs 3rd. Ross Kaiser now up into the 4th position. He got by Tyler Shobilak. Shobilak maybe slipping up just a little bit in this one. As Alex Hanna in the wall. As we stay green for right now, but it does look like he is coming to a slow. Will he get that car going? Caution flag waves out on the speedway. Wow, unfortunate for Alex Hanna. Probably just his own fault, got up into the wall. That's the tricky part about this place. Once the new update came out with iRacing, this wall is a lot harder to race, and you see mistakes like that had. Let's take a look at the replay and see just what happened. Up and into the wall, and you can see him right there down the front stretch. Broken axle, rides the wall all the way straight down. Stays out of some of the car's ways. Good job by Alex Hanna staying out of the way after getting into the wall there. As he will put that thing in the pits. So bad luck for a guy that was running podium spot. And now he'll find himself to the back of the pack here. See right there is Alex Hanna in that 97 machine, involved in that hit on the exit of turns number 3 and 4, and then rode it down the front stretch as he's got that car repaired and back out there. But going to be scored at the tail end. 19th place as you got Sean Stevens and Brandon Surratt both out of this one. So 19 cars remain on the lead lap in this one. We're looking to go green flag once again as Clayton Tilley is on the throttle. Ross Kaiser goes over that 3rd position now. As now he sets his eyes on the 49 machine of Ryan Avelia, the rookie in the series. Ross Kaiser ran with us last season. Didn't have a real good finish until Eldora late in the race where he won that race. And to be able to do that here, he started deep in this pack here and now has climbed himself up into the 3rd position. Nice Shobilak, a good outing for him on his first night in that 4th position. Brandon Boyle runs in the 5th position. 6th is Randy Street, 7th is Corey Jansen. 8th runs Josh Berkey. Now Josh Berkey takes over that 7th position. Corey Jansen slips back into the 8th position. 9th run thanks to Tyler Street rounds out your top 10. Tilley doing everything that he can to keep that car straight as he works the outside wall. Ryan Avelia is starting to close the gap maybe just a little bit there. And caution flag waves as I just said that. Last lap by Ryan Avelia was actually quicker than Clayton Tilley. Is that going to be enough though? With the last 5, Clayton Tilley has still been faster. We'll pull up the last 5 laps here. And there's your last 5 average. Clayton Tilley still has that average at a 16.783. But Ryan Avelia right there at a 16.793. So keeping pace with Clayton Tilley late in this run. Is that what Ryan Avelia was doing? Saving some of that tire for a late run on Clayton Tilley, the 51 machine. Corey Jansen, his opening night here, running well inside the top 10, so it has to be a really good night for him. Zach Dykstra runs right behind him in the 10th position. Several cars you can see there is in for repairs. Josh Berkey was one of them. Voiles. Let's take a look at the replay to see what just happened on that caution. Just looked like the 22 just gave not enough room for the 39 of Josh Berkey, and they made contact, and that's all she wrote there. Just not enough room there. Everyone trying to make every inch of this track because that's what makes you fast. Try to, if you're pinned down, you want to try to get as close to the outside guy as possible to set up your next lap turn. Back under green flag with Clayton Tilley. Clayton Tilley in the wall a little bit there. Clayton Tilley struggling up front with that wall. Is he able to hold it off there for the next couple laps. They got 12 laps to go here with Clayton Tilley leading it. Ryan Avelia running right there in that second position. Just a little bit slower than Clayton Tilley on the last lap. Ross Kaiser runs in the third position. Tyler Shobylock runs fourth. Fifth is Randy Shrees. He runs into that fifth position. Tyler Street up into the fifth position, and Zach Dykstra into the seventh position. They battle side by side back here. Good race between those two. As we do have a caution out in the Speedway once again. Take a look at the replay and see what happened there. Oh, some just misfortune there. I'm not sure what happened to the 66 car there, but then Larry Bell makes contact there and goes around. Do we have another camera angle there, Byron, or do you have word of what happened there?
Just happened to be misfortune there. Jason Haynes does clip the bottom of the track there, slides up, comes back down, and grabs Larry Bell as he pops him up. He wheel stands down and gets it under control.
It's amazing. Larry Bell held on to that with that wheel stand like he had there. Larry Bell, some misfortune again for him. Currently, the hard charger in this is Jeff Valero. He's up 12 spots there. You see it on the board. He's up 12 positions in the 00 of Jeff Valero. Ross Kaiser up 8 spots in this one into that third position. Biggest loser tonight, Brandon Surratt. We come back to green flag. It will be 10 laps to go to close this one out in week number 1 here at Port Royal. And well, there's a headline to be made. The headline has to be that outside wall has absolutely grabbed them all. As we are getting set to go back to green flag racing. Green flag is waving in the air. Top 5 pretty much just stays the same. Nose to tail here. No one really gaining on either one of you guys. I mean, it's pretty much who's going to make the mistake up along the outside wall right now. As Corey Jansen now takes over another position. Corey Jansen up into the 6th position. It overtakes Tyler Street. Tyler Street looking to the outside. It does look like maybe Tyler Street may be having some damage there on his right rear there. That car not handling well, but he is holding on to that thing. You can see it all over the place. Randy Street still holds into that 5th position. Zach Dykstra into the 8th position. Josh Berkey coming back. He's into the 11th position. Jeff Valero runs in that 10th position. Back up front, Clayton Tilley, still your race leader over the last 5 laps. Has been the fastest guy out there right now, and that's why he is the race leader. As we've got just 5 laps to go around Port Royal. As you can see, that lap time changed a little bit as Ryan Avelia started to close the gap just a little bit. Here's your interval. 0.3 back from Clayton Tilley, the 51 machine. Clayton Tilley all over that wall, just running it to perfection to the inside. Now we have a caution flag waving out on the Speedway once again with about 4 laps to go when we get back to restart. Byron Gay, what do you got for us down there at the replay booth?
Looks like we get 2 cars coming together in front of Alex Hanna here. Zach Dykstra just gets clipped on the rear tire there and sends Hanna around.
All right, Alex Hanna, after running in that third position, having some incident there about midway through this race. Now gets involved in a race that was not his fault there. Just closed corridor racing around Port Royal tonight. Well, thank you for tuning in with Dirt Eye TV tonight. Thank you for watching the broadcast. We are just about to conclude this race as Clayton Tilley has led a lot of this race after maybe a controversial call. Maybe we'll have to take a look at that and talk to officials. But the 26 was leading coming out of turns 2. It does look like the 26 either got turned or just got into the wall and that flipped him. But either way, something happened there, and Sean Stevens goes upside down, ending his night, and Clayton Tilley gains the lead. As we will talk more in detail over TikTok, so make sure that you follow us on TikTok. We'll have some thoughts and analysis over there. So we may end up picking up this replay here of those two, Sean Stevens and Clayton Tilley, talking that one through, what's going on there. Both drivers are from Australia, so I imagine they could beat up for a fist fight if they ever wanted to. But for now, it's still just strictly sim, so they're clear across the country, so they don't really care about the United States. It's about Australia. Australia strong. We're about to go green flag here out of turns number 3 and 4. The 51 of Clayton Tilley looking for win number 1 here in week 1 of the Bitcoin 360 OSCS. Green flag is waving. Kaiser comes out of that turn really hard, gets into the wall a little bit there, and is still in the wall, and is all kinds sorts out of whack there as Tyler Street opens up the door. Really opens up the door for Ty Shobilock. Ty Shobilock comes out the real winner. He's into that final podium spot in that 3rd position. Ross Kaiser must have an axle bent there. Now Tyler Street into that 4th position, has come back in this one, come alive into that 4th position. Green wide on back in here. Dykstra, Randy Shreves. As Ross Kaiser's trying to hold on to that car, as it's a handful. You can tell that having some issues with that axle. Back up front, Clayton Tilley still your race leader. Ryan Avelia runs in the 2nd position. Ty Shobilock into that 3rd position. Tyler Street runs in the 4th position. Randy Shreves rounds out the top 5. King Brandon Voiles and Josh Berkey in that 9th and 10th position. Battling back in there. Jeff Flero into that 10th position. We look at your position gained. Jeff Flero is still the big winner there. 13 spots up as coming across the line here with Clayton Tilley winning the race. Ryan Avelia in that 2nd position. Ty Shobilock finished 3rd. Tyler Street was in the 4th position. 5th was Randy Shreves. 6th was Zach Dykstra. 7th was Ross Kaiser. 8th was Joshua Berkey. 9th was Jeff Flero. 10th was Brandon Voiles. 11th was Eric Tupper. 12th was Larry Bell. 13th was Corey Jansen. 14th was Randy Fritsch. 16th was Jason Haynes. 16th was Chris Sine. 17th was Alex Hanna. 18th was Stephen Vogelsong. 19th was Kyle Vaughn. 20th was Sean Stevens. And 21st was Brandon Voiles. Clayton Tilley gets week number 1 win out of the way, as he was kind of picked to win today, and he did make it in victory lane in that 51 machine of Clayton Tilley. Ryan Avelia comes home 2nd. Great finish for Ryan Avelia. 3rd was Tyler Shobilock. Tyler Shobilock showing that he has some speed here. Awesome to see that 17 machine making the podium. When we come back, we're going to talk to these guys and get your interviews.
You've heard your friends talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and you want to know more. Are you ready to invest in Bitcoin and your future? If so, it's time to go to Coinbase.com. Or you can download the app today. Coinbase is the easiest and most trusted place to buy and sell cryptocurrency. You can get started today with $50 or less. Just remember, for cryptocurrency, look for the C. That's where you should be. Coinbase.com.
With Get Upside, you save up to 25 cents per gallon every time you buy gas, and up to 35% cash back at restaurants. Gas stations and restaurants compete with cashback offers. Earn cash back at all the big brands near you. Users have earned tens of millions of dollars. Best of all, you can cash out anytime to PayPal or a check or gift cards. Join millions of people earning cash back every day. Download the free Get Upside app now.
Welcome back to Port Royal Speedway, and we've got Ty Shobilak climbing out of the car, and he finishes in that third position. Tyler Shobilak, take me through that race. It was kind of an up and down race for you. You got yourself in that third position early in the race, slipped back a little bit, and then was able to come back. Take us through that race. What was it like?
Yeah, I really didn't feel very good in the car. Honestly, I'm just running my base setup here. I've never been able to find anything that good. Early on, I did have a good start. Yeah, up top was the way to go pretty much the whole time, but it was really, really, really fast early. I kind of got held up from some people in front of me running my same line, also people coming off the bottom sliding. So I didn't really want to take them 3 wide. I know I did once, but I didn't kill anyone, so it ended up all right. But yeah, I mean, I was really just trying to be as cautious as I could through that middle part of the race because there were so many cautions and I did not want to run into the guy in front of me and take us both out. So really, I was just looking for a good points night there.
Yeah, so we've seen a lot of guys have some issues with the outside wall, especially turns number 1. We've seen a couple guys having some issues on the exit of 4. Was it really tricky up running along the top of that wall late in this race?
Yeah, and it kind of makes no sense, but if you don't enter high enough, your car almost bikes itself, and then you get loose, and then your right rear hits the wall, and you're sucked into the wall, and you're done for. Or if you're not done for, you're broke, and then you wreck someone else on accident. Yeah, the cushion was just very, very flat because everybody was running it. And 4, it's kind of the same story. If you don't try to drive up higher out of 4, you're going to kick loose, you're going to hit that little bump, and you're just going to hit the wall, and you're done.
Well, you have to feel pretty good. Get yourself a podium position. You're in here in the booth talking to me, so it's a good night for you. Is this what you expected coming into week 1?
Like I said earlier, I didn't really have expectations. I know I'm plenty good enough to do it. I'm typically pretty good up high on a slick track, and I think it showed tonight. It wasn't quite as good as the 2 guys in front of me. They were pretty solid. Good run to them. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't say I expected it, but I know I could do it.
Well, congratulations again on the 3rd place finish. Really good night for you in points as we head off to Lernerville, where there won't be that wall. Good luck to you.
Thanks, sir.
All right, your runner-up in that 2nd position was Ryan Avelia. He was able to climb that car up through. He started in that 3rd position, gained 1 position, got into that 2nd position, wasn't able to catch Clayton Tilley. Take us through that race. Was there any chance there that you had anything for Clayton Tilley?
Yeah, really late in the race, I knew I had something for him. Just too many cautions, I think. It just threw my mindset off. I mean, he's one of the best, so
Yeah, we noticed.
nah.
We noticed there was a couple laps there. We was putting the lap times up there on the broadcast. There was a couple laps there that you were faster than Clayton Tilley. Then he would get you back. It was kind of back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, it may have been that you needed that longer green flag run to be able to make that run on Clayton Tilley. I asked Ty Shobilak, how was the top side running here? Because a lot of guys had a lot of issues up there.
It's very tough. I mean, you got to know what you're doing. So, I mean, I was not even quarter throttle, so just rolling off the corner is very tough because, I mean, then the heats and what Sean Stevens did just bikes up on it and then just pulls you in. So it's tough to gauge like how far you can drive it in there, or if you just want to like cut off the entry of one. Even 3 and 4, it just kind of flattens out, but it's very tough. Yeah.
Yeah, so were you able to see that when Sean Stevens got into the wall, what that was? Because when we looked at the broadcast, we seen Clayton Tilley was pretty close to the back end of him. We didn't know if there was any contact there. But what did you see from there?
Uh, I don't know. Like looking at it, just looks like netcode with the wall. Of course, she's Australian, so the latency and the ping is going to be quite hard to judge on. But just looks like he got the right rear on the wall, and it just picked him up, and then just from then Clayton hit him, and then Alex hit him, and everything like that.
So coming into the night, you finished second. You didn't get the win, but you felt really strong. Is this what you anticipated coming into week 1 here at Port Royal?
Yes and no. It's not my strongest track, but I do like the track. Develops quite nicely, but I think it's a great start to the season. Back to my consistency question, I think it's a good start here.
Well, congratulations again, Ryan Avelia, showing that you or even Ty Shobilak is bidding for that Rookie of the Year. Good luck to you as we head off into week number 2, where we go to Lernerville, where there is no wall. Congratulations again on that second place finish.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, and the winner of tonight, and it was my pick and also Chris Miller's pick, and he is the king. He is Clayton Tilley the third. Clayton Tilley was able to get it done after getting around Sean Stevens there. We seen that incident. There was a lot of close racing there. Take us through that lap where Sean Stevens got into the wall.
Yeah, well, I kind of got a half decent start, and I got in really well through turn 1 and 2, or through the middle, and kind of really reeled him in. And then I think off the exit, he got into the wall a little bit. But as I tried to explain to some of the guys in the game at the time, is that on my screen there was half a car length between me and him. So as far as I was aware, I didn't hit him. I know there's a few people whinging in the chat on YouTube saying that I did, but stick that up yours.
Well, we love controversy, and that's what we like to stir up is controversy, because that's what makes the show. But either way, you got the lead after that, and you was able to hold on to the lead from Ryan Avelia. Ryan Avelia, being a rookie of this series, was keeping pace with you late in this race. Was you checking your relative and looking to see where he was at?
No, I had my hands full. I kind of took the front end out on lap 2 on the right side, and then I took the left side out on lap 6, and then I knocked the right rear on lap 8. So I was struggling just to hold that thing. But I did know he was there. You can sort of sense when someone's there. But yeah, I was all hands on trying to keep that thing straight and not out of the wall.
Right, and so this, I imagine it's the partially some of the new updates with iRacing and how you run that top of the wall, because we had a lot of guys having a lot of issues up top. You had Alex Hanna that was running in the 3rd position, a great outing for him. Just by himself makes a mistake. You got Kenny Hoffman in a heat race, blowed everyone out of the water, makes a mistake on his own. What is it about running the top side in iRacing now?
It's just some of the updates that they've brought out with the new tyre model. They haven't quite perfected it, and especially with the damage model, it really sort of threw a wrench into it. So they're trying to sort of find the sweet spot, but I don't think they've quite found it yet. So they'll work on it, I'm sure, and we'll get a better product over time as we lead up to Pro Series and next month. But it's just really hard to, once you get in the wall, it's really hard to get out of it, and it's just not very fun at the moment on the top side. And you know, for someone like me who hasn't been on the sim in 5-6 weeks, it's kind of makes it really hard. But yeah, it is what it is. We've all got to deal with it. So
Absolutely. Everybody has to deal with the same track, and you come out on top tonight and start week number 1 off in the right way. And unlike the 305s, week number 1, you got beat and you got second, but you strung off 4 straight wins. Is that something that we're going to see here in a regular basis in this 360 series?
Well, I don't show up to run second, third, or anywhere else, so I'm here to win, and that's it. I like prize money. Obviously, last season, stuff went wrong, and we weren't able to show up. We missed out on prize money, and obviously, I'm in a deficit now, so I'm here to get my money back and make more.
I love it. I love hearing that, Clayton. Congratulations again on the win. Week number 1, and your points leader coming out of this one, I would imagine, We'll see you next week where we head to Lernerville, where we won't have that wall all the way around the track. Congratulations again on picking up the win.
Thanks, mate. Just got to thank all my guys at Momentum Sim Sport, Ross and Kenny and all the other fellas. And obviously all our main sponsors, Speech Up 51 else, and everyone else that kicks in. And good on to Ryan and Showblock on their podiums.
Thank you much. We'll see you next week.
Cheers.
And that's all from Pennsylvania here at the Port Royal, the Speed Palace. Clayton Tilley picks up the win. Ryan Avelia finishes second. Tyler Shobylock finishes third. Tyler Street in fourth, and fifth was Randy Shreese. Inside the top five, 2 rookie drivers was able to do it. Second and third. These guys are ones to be watching all season long. Ryan Avelia and Tyler Shobylock showing that they deserve to be in the Outlaw Series. Thank you all for watching here on Dirt Eye TV. Esports. This is your home for Miller Time Motorsports all season long. We'll see you next week where we head to Lernerville Speedway. Have a good night.